Welcome to show 14. It'll probably be a slightly shorter one today because there's not too much to update you um, on what's happened sort of in the last week. So the big and most exciting news, it hit 175 owners. We continue just to go from strength to strength. Every time when I think, hey, it's going to slow down and we'll level off, people just come and keep joining. So please, please, please keep spreading the word. We've set a goal of 250 owners by our first friendly. So that's approaching now. I think we'll get to that last 75 over the line. So we don't have dates yet in for the friendlies. We've reached out to the FA and asked, can we play a game in June? What all these weird things you learn that you never knew before. Of you need to ask for permission to play a friendly in June because the FA doesn't allow any football to be played in that month. Which you never know this stuff, and it is part of learning as we develop as a club and sort of experience along the way. So we've asked, and they do make special dispensations for new clubs and things like that. So there is a chance we get accepted, but that's purely up to them. Then in terms of July, there'll be plenty of friendlies in there as we sort of get ramped up for the start of season. The application's in for the league, so that was sent off last Monday, and now it's a waiting game. So the league will have its AGM over the summer, and they'll then decide which league we go into. We'd like to go in at 12, which would be the first division of the Essex Olympian League, but that's purely their decision, and we'll respect whatever that outcome is. We think we've got a model that we can hopefully go up leagues and really develop and have everything in place for 2 years' time ready for promotion, but that's up to them to make that decision. So that's really the sort of bigger news. I wanted to do a run through just to thank um, everyone that's an owner, just to sort of run through on locations because I find this quite interesting for sort of where people are. So it hasn't got the two most recent people in there, but I know off the top of my head where they sit. So I'll be able to add them in. Got Sweden, and then we have someone who's also Thoric. So put them into the list, but what I'll do is I'll run through where they all are. So we've got 83 of in what I consider like East Thurrock. So the local area geographically is sort of your Stamford, your Corringham. We've got 10 more in the rest of Thurrock. So some Grays, some Ockenden in there. We've got, I'll do the rest of England first. So we've got 28 in the rest of Essex, 9 in London, an absolute hotbed in Yorkshire with 7. Then we've got one in Bedfordshire, Cheshire, Cornwall, Derbyshire, Dorset, Hampshire, Hertfordshire, Lincolnshire, and Suffolk. And then in terms of international, we're doing fantastic well in the US. And thank you to all of our US followers. We got a bit of a boost last week because I did an interview with an NFL player around the NFL salary cap and everything there. But he put a pause on the main discussion we were having because he wanted to promote the club and what we were doing. So a shout out to Justin Pugh for that, who's a guard for the New York Jets. Not New York Jets, New York Giants. He'll kill me if he hears that I got that the wrong way around. And then in other countries, got Australia, Canada, Italy, Qatar, Russia, Scotland, Spain, Wales, and now Sweden. So thank you all so much. It's insane when you think how far the club now reaches to different countries and everything like that. It's truly something special we're creating here, and I think we're just getting started. There is so much further this is going to go, and yeah, we'll had a really productive committee meeting last Monday, so live streaming and everything was on the table. We'll definitely have that in place for home games. Obviously, for away games, we need to speak to the teams who are playing, ask their permission to stream those games. I think many will be supportive because why wouldn't you? They can then promote that to their fans and even people in their area that then might see it online and then go and watch them. It's something that should be sort of a no-brainer, but we'll always ask, as we'll need to do, but then we'll do a highlights package after the game based on that as well. So that's kind of the biggest key stuff. Everything continues to get in place. Had a really good conversation today. Recording this on Sunday ahead of Monday when it will go live. But that was with our sports therapist, Holly, who's coming on board. And really, really important for us as a club is we want to put a framework together for several levels ahead of where we're at, because we really care about making sure the best environment is there for players, for fans as well, that hey, we're live streaming games, we want to do this, we want to give you a high quality sort of highlights package the day after games, all of that stuff. We want to operate the club we want to be in the future, not just to where we are now. And we're in a really fortunate position where we're going to go in at a level which we can have everything there straight away, because if you're going in at sort of the 10th tier plus, the requirements to become a club are really, really tough at that level. Whereas going in where you can sort of progress along a journey and keep adding more stands and covered standing that meets the league requirements as you go, just it's one of our key 3 pillars: sustainability. Let's do things the right way. There is a piece of work ongoing that will continue making stuff more and more transparent. But we will have accounts published on our website, even though we won't officially file accounts until after the first season. When it comes to sort of June time, we'll get accounts on for that first through until the end of May. But that's kind of just an overcap from me. I promise I will have another member of the committee on with me next week. We'll get that all in place and back running. But no, just genuinely, everything's going really, really well. And happy birthday this week to John Coventry Jr., one of the co-managers. So yeah, give a shout out there. But yeah, lots of great stuff planned. If you've got any questions, want to reach out, just drop an email to eastthurrockcfc@gmail.com. But no, up the rocks and have a great rest of your week.